good people, and welcome to JP Burnison's Worst Nightmare, presented by me.
Whoa, hold on here. Worst nightmare? I believe this was originally my idea.
Was it? I feel like it was my idea, like all good ideas.
Okay, we're kind of the same person. No one ever knows.
No one knows whose idea is whose. Well, good people, for those of you who do not know, Justin and I run a Discord server. And our Discord server got to 100 people last night. Now, we had vaguely promised to do this crazy thing when we got to 100 people, and lo and behold, it happened much faster than expected. So we, on this channel, on this channel, live, without any knowledge of what we're getting into, we're going to write a novel.
Yep. We're going to hate ourselves by the end of this. It's going to be great.
Yes.
So when you first think about writing a novel, what's the first thing you think of? You know, maybe you got an idea. Ooh, maybe a setting. Possibly some tropes you want to do. Maybe you want to do a love triangle. Maybe you don't. I don't know. The fun story about this novel is neither do we.
We have not talked about it at all. We don't know anything about it. We don't know its genre. We don't know its tropes. We don't know any length expectations. Nothing. We're gonna mostly wing it, and it's gonna start here with you guys. Today, this being the first of these, we are going to be going through an extensive list of tropes and genres and crazy things that our lovely people on our Discord in their
infinite
sadistic
something
glee have compiled for us, and we're going to whittle it down to somewhere between 20 and 25 items, and then everyone on the Plot Mom Discord will be able to vote for their favorites. We will pick a few of these favorites and base a novel on them. Mm-hmm. So if you are watching and you are not on the Discord, this is your chance.
This is your chance to inflict pain and suffering on two novelists.
We will suffer publicly for your entertainment. So if you have any sadistic tendencies, today's your lucky day. But a few words before we get started with our list. I am on this many allergy meds to keep myself breathing. So if I yawn a lot, it is not due to the subject matter of this wonderfully prepared evil list. It is, in fact, that I am so excited I'm gasping for breath.
So excited.
So excited. This is going to be so much fun. So we will be going on about once a week, once every 2 weeks to continue this project. The novel will entirely be written in a Google Doc that people will be able to view. So you'll be able to actually look over our shoulder while we're typing. You get to see our raw, ugly, evil, horrible drafts as they come up, typos and all. Nothing. Just we're hiding no part of this process, and it's going to be messy.
The only thing you guys might not see, because I mean, this will probably go to print. We're probably not going to put out the editing process because really all you'll see is just us tearing our hair out, just being like, why did we do this? Oh my God.
But maybe we'll record the best bits when we're crying and sobbing hysterically just for your entertainment. Yes. Hello, everyone who is here watching. I see much excitement and evil laughter from the crowd. I'm terrified. This is going to be great. So scared.
Cheers, everyone.
Okay. Cheers. Let's get into this. If you have items to add to our list while we are watching or input, feel free to add it into the comments. I can't promise we'll get everything in.
Yeah. our wonderful people on our Discord server gave us a grand total of 153 tropes and genres to be able to add. Allegra and I started with like 15. all, all true.
All true. All right, so we're gonna.
Yeah.
Yes, elemental horror, Jessica. You have it.
I'll add
that
it
is
to
how
the
I'm
list.
feeling. Okay, so we have a list. Justin, could you zoom in a little?
I can. Maybe, in theory. Oh, wrong button.
There
How's
we
that?
go. Much better.
All right. Wait one moment while I resize these. So what we've gone ahead and done is we have this nice little list of total of approved items up here. So everything we check off that we're going to put in for the voting list, you'll be able to see right up there. You're right, Toby, and I hate you for it. So yeah, so this is the list as it is. I've sorted it alphabetically.
Yes, both of us have veto power, and we are trying to whittle it down to a reasonable number that we can vote on. So this is basically the criteria we're going to be doing this by. If we just don't want to write it, that is not a good reason to veto. If we cannot write it for any reason, if we think that we just do not have the capacity or are not part of the right demographic to be writing it, or for any other reason we feel like it is not correct for us to write, then we're going to veto it. And if we don't think we could write it well, we will veto it. Also then true. We'll be, whittling it down further, and then that's where we, we'll keep the fun stuff. We'll probably get rid of some of the more boring items. And if anyone thinks that we absolutely must keep something, put it in the chat, because we might consider keeping it if we're on the fence. Just to be clear, though, we know you want to troll us and only give us ridiculous things, and we're game for some level of this, but we are actually trying to write a novel. So, throw us a little bit of a bone. Not like a whole bone, just like half a wishbone, the less big half, the one that means your wishes are not going to be granted.
Maybe only like 4 inches of a bone.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to be here forever if we don't start. So, Justin, the 5-man band.
5-man band. All right, so this is pretty self-explanatory. This is where you've got a cast of heroes, usually of 4 to 5 people that are doing a thing.
Justin, if there are 4 people, it's not a 5-man band.
Yeah, but it can be 5-man bands are also called 4-man bands. It's just a trope. Live with it. Deal. Would you like me to add 4-man band? Would that make you happy?
No, we have too many already, and we're only on number 1.
Then suffer, meat. I think we can do it. I think 5-man band is easy for us to do. We'd have a lot of fun with it.
I've done it before. We're good.
Yep. Okay, so...
Academy. Stories set in an academy or school of some sort. Yes. I'm
just
going to say yes.
That makes setting seem so much easier, because once you've got one classroom to decide, all of the others are just the exact same with maybe some differences for each teacher. That's easy.
Exactly. All right, alternate history. I'm going to say veto this because I don't think that we want to be on screen doing research for the 3 months it takes just to research alternate history.
That's going to take a lot out of showtime. It's also, I'm sorry, even though if we're writing alternate history, even if I'm writing alternate Joan of Arc or something, I still don't feel like I'll ever be able to prepare a historical figure accurately in any way, shape, or form.
Amnesia. I'm going to veto it because we just did it.
Yeah, we've got that with Sky. We don't need it. We don't need more amnesia than the amnesia we already have.
Yeah, and the entirety of Issa is just about memories. I'm bored of amnesia. It needs to go out of my life for good and have me forget about it.
Pun intended. All right. Ancient artifact. All right. Do we want to deal with the ancient artifact trope? We've got the ancient thing of ultimate cosmic power.
All right. So in NaCl, my ancient artifact is in fact a person. She's the MacGuffin. Her name is Lonnie.
Lonnie's not that ancient. I would say your ancient artifact is Mo.
Yeah, not untrue. I'm willing to play with it, but I find ancient artifacts usually kind of boring.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat. I mean, we could have a lot of fun depending on what we build the ancient artifact as.
But we only have 25 slots.
You're right. I mean, we could just not check it and then just come back to things that are not checked. Let's come back to
ancient artifact.
All right, ancient prophecy. I'm going to veto it on the sole fact that we'll probably use it anyway, depending on the genre.
This is true.
So I'm going to take it out as one of the ones that people are going to vote for. But it's a sentimental keepsake, so I really like you to find.
I love that.
I apologize, guys. I am not actually looking at the chat. I cannot see anything. I have the StreamYard here, and I have the spreadsheet over here on the other monitor.
So if you're not getting put on the screen, yell at me, not Justin.
It's all Allegra's fault. All right, Apocalypse. This is our first, like, our real genre. And I mean, I'm pro apocalyptic scenarios. I mean, I think they're some of the most fun to write. So I'm gonna say yes. I mean, I will go with the tentative taking it off if we get too much, but I know what's on this list, and we've got so many tropes that we don't have enough genres.
We have a request of veto arranged marriages. So, Jessica, you get to veto arranged marriages.
One of the things, guys, we're being serious. This novel we're writing is an audience participation event. So if you guys, like, when we're in the middle of writing a thing, if you guys want to come up and just be like, no, don't write that, well, we might change that.
Yes. So the final endpoint of the voting is going to be that out of the top, like, 3 or 4, we are going to select somewhere between 2 and 4 and mix them together. So we're doing this kind of a little bit nebulously because some things will clash and some things will go well together, but almost without a doubt, there's going to be some difficult items in there, and we're going to include as many of them as possible because we're over.
Yeah. It's like if someone were if like the top 2 genres, for example, were like steampunk and space opera. Well, for anyone who's an old anime nerd, I mean, Galaxy Express 39 was an amazing movie and real easy to jump into. So, I mean, we could totally make these things work. It just all depends on what the items are.
Yeah, but if the tropes are like blatantly contradictory or just not fun together, then we're gonna pick and choose. But mostly we're gonna try to stick with the top, like, 2 to 4 items.
Yep.
All right. Assassins. I love assassins.
I do too. I love them a lot.
Do we love them too much? Would this be too easy?
I think the thing with assassins is it's nebulous enough that, I mean, depending on the genre and some of the other tropes, we could have assassins. If 5-man band wins, I mean, clearly one of the characters will probably be an assassin.
So do we want to veto it as a whole category, but, with the knowledge that we may end up keeping, having an assassin character?
I think we're vetoing it as listen, this might not be the core subject, but there will probably be a character that's an assassin. Ha! Ha!
Beautiful.
Yeah, you do.
And apparently you cannot love assassins too much, which I'm kind of in favor of, but we're still going to veto it.
Love assassins?
Because, I mean, how better to get an assassin to show up than to veto assassinations?
I mean, no one ever expected the Spanish Inquisition.
Autobiography. I'm already writing one. Go away. I'll get it for you eventually.
And I don't think my life is interesting enough to write a book about. Battle Royale. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Like, if this gets voted on, I'm going to want to somehow do like a wrestling trope. And
veto.
You don't want to write a 30-man over-the-top rope battle royal with me, Allegra?
Unless it's also porn, no.
Go on. All right. Becoming a real boy, girl, person thing,
Okay, so I just had a conversation about how deeply both scarring and impactful and beautiful the Velveteen Rabbit was to my childhood. And so I'm kind of tempted to do this, but also I get irrationally angry at stories about becoming a real person. So I'm going to become irrationally angry at it. So despite my most like fervent, loving childhood memories, I'm not super. Maybe. Let's leave it blank.
Not super and maybe.
Yeah, basically.
You want me to leave it blank and come back to it later?
Yeah.
Okay. Bodice Ripper. All right. I don't know how many of you have read Allegra's books. But let's be honest. If you read them, this is probably going to happen anyway. The question is, if we take Bodice Ripper as its own context, that just means we have to make it happen more than once.
I think here's the thing. I think we should keep it. But if we keep it, it includes a level of cheesiness. Equivalent to drugstore bodice rippers.
I was just going to say like HBO porn, but that works too.
So I think we should keep it because there's a level of cheese there that just it makes me happy.
Okay, I'm down with that. Broken Fourth Wall. Okay, now I'm not going to lie. Deadpool, one of my favorites. Nothing makes me happier than he's the only one that knows what's going on in the grand scheme of things. I'm not opposed to writing something that involves breaking the fourth wall.
I'm okay with breaking the fourth wall.
All right. Broken Failure Becomes Hero. I've got a veto.
Yeah, we just did Ilias.
Yeah, Ilias. No, I don't want to write another Ilias.
Buddy cop.
We could have so much fun with this.
I'm quite angry at police right now.
Yeah, but buddy cop doesn't have to mean, you know.
Yeah, but I'm not
cops.
super comfortable writing like blatantly pro cop stuff in today's world. I think there's way too much baggage there. So I want to veto it just because I don't think I'm the right person to write it at this time in history.
Yep. Okay. I'm not going to lie. This was on the list that was given to us. I don't understand it. I don't know why it's a trope. Because clearly it's a trope. It has to be. I don't understand what a trope of a cat playing a video game is. It could be my limited imagination. I don't know.
I just don't. I mean, sure, but I just, I'm not super loving it.
Okay. Change your outcome. A la 50 First Dates, where it's, you're just repeating the same motions over and over again. You're in the middle of doing something like that with Chris.
Yeah, I'm literally writing this book. So, let's not. Chant.
All right, chanting.
I like it. It's just one word. It's very evocative, and it could be taken in so many different ways. So I think it's cool, and we should keep it, or at least come back to it.
I'm going to say come back to it for one very important reason. Same reason I've said to other things like Assassins. Depending on the genre, we're going to have it anyway. That's
true. There is chanting in almost every one of my books somewhere.
So all right. I don't think it necessarily needs to be approved. Necessarily needs to be on the approved list. I think it's just going to be a thing that we'll have anyway.
Coffee shop. Can we keep it, please? It's so cozy and adorable.
Okay, we can, but I'm going to point out a couple rows down.
Okay, but coffee shop is a better prompt, I think.
Okay, we'll keep it. Comedy.
I don't think I want to keep that as a genre just because I'm already doing comedy.
Fair enough. Comic books. Now,
sorry,
I don't...
Cookbooks.
Oh, cookbooks. I'm sorry. I read that as comic books. My bad. I don't know that I could do this justice. I don't think I'm that good of a cook.
Fair. I mean, I might be a good enough cook to make up for it. But if you don't feel like you're comfortable writing that, I don't feel like it would necessarily be a very even split.
Yeah, I don't think it would either. So I think it's a veto on this one.
Yeah.
A costume drama.
Research veto.
Research veto. Courtroom drama. I think we're doing the same thing of another research
veto.
I mean, unless we're creating our own courtroom and our own laws.
I am allergic to research right now because I can't breathe, and therefore I can't concentrate for more than like 30 seconds at a time.
That's
and information just goes in one brain cell and out the black hole that is the back of my brain.
And to be fair, I am 1 week and 3 days since my last cigarette. So, I mean, yeah, I probably should not be trying to do research.
So, I want to keep coffee shop and takeaway cozy.
Okay.
And I would like to actually change coffee shop to little shop. This could be a little restaurant, a little coffee shop, a little bookshop.
Actually, I'm going to change it to little or cozy little shop.
Yes. I think that there's something innately adorable about small town shops and locally owned businesses. And I'm really hoping for like an epic fantasy all about this, you know, one person who makes macarons.
I was gonna say like the wizard's cozy little, you know, bookshop that he has. No,
sorry, no.
One. So he's in them. That's fair. That's fair. We, depending on what the little shop is, yeah, we could do recipes.
Cyberpunk, yes, please, yes.
Okay. Dance battle. I can't dance for. I dance like a white dad at a barbecue. So saith my spouse. So I mean, I will totally channel that into this book if we do it.
I don't know that I want to see that, so I'd say no. Deal with the devil. Yes.
I'm all for deal with the devil. Documentary. I've got to go with no.
Yeah.
I don't know that we can necessarily do a documentary style book. And do it well. Doomed lovers. Doomed.
We have confirmation.
It's true, you know.
Doomed lovers. Okay. I'm gonna say no because I know what else I'm writing. And I'm so tired of crying about my horrible trash fire relationships.
Listen. That's fair. Dynamic duo.
I vetoed Buddy Cop, but dynamic duo I am all for.
Okay. It'll be interesting to see which wins out between dynamic duo and 5-man band.
Both.
That'll be...
One is the bad guys, one are the good guys.
Ooh, I like it.
Both heroic, mind.
Dysfunctional family.
No, I'm writing too much of this. I had to call my parents crying and being like, thank you, Mom and Dad, for not scarring me, but I'm having a really hard time writing this dysfunctional family because of you.
That's fair. I can get behind that. Eco thriller. Now, I mean, are we talking about here? Are we saying like nature is coming back to kill humanity because we're dicks?
Are we talking Monkey Wrench Gang?
Yeah, like where are we going with this with eco thrillers?
Both, I mean, either.
Por qué no es dos is a valid option.
Because I have like a obscene love of pretty much any eco anything. Like, give me eco punk, give me solar punk, give me eco thrillers. It is the environment either trying to eat you, you're trying to save it, or somehow falling apart.
Yeah.
Or better, I'm just there for it.
Yeah.
It's almost like climate change is on the mind.
something science, something bad news. All right, enemies to friends / lovers. Now, we do this. We've done this. We're probably going to be doing it again. I am not opposed. Is depending on what we write, depending on the other options, that if friends to lovers is, or enemies to friends / lovers is chosen with other things, you could have a lot of fun. Like there is that meme that's going around on the Facebooks about the hero who stumbles out of the villain's front door like half dead and is like, "What are you doing here? I couldn't think of somewhere else to go." And you can have a whole lot of fun following that exact trope.
But we do so much of it already.
You're not wrong. Like again, it depends on what we've got that comes up. This could also be a Romeo Juliet type thing.
Yeah, but I really think that this is like in our comfort zone and we should be pushing out of our comfort zone. So like I feel like it's too easy.
You're too easy.
Probably. I don't have enough oxygen in my brain right now, so I'll probably just agree to anything anyone tells me to write.
That's legit. All right. Epic. Epic what?
Epic.
I'm a little concerned. My body is not willing.
All right.
I could get behind epic. I mean, it depends on what we're looking at for what we're classifying epic as for me to get behind this idea. There's a lot of unknowns here that we would have to classify.
We are
but that would come after the fact.
To keep epic.
I say we spite Jessica and say no.
We did accept her first veto.
We did accept her first veto, but now we're denying her first approved.
The sadist in me likes to do that. So, Jessica, you ruined it for everyone. Denied.
You monster.
Espionage. Can we keep it?
Yeah, no, it'll be a lot of fun. Okay. Exchanged at birth.
All right, so can we leave this blank? I want to come back to this because I want to see what the rest of the things on our list are before we commit to an exchanged at birth storyline.
That's fair. All right, we can skip that. Exploration. Now, are we talking like Jungle Expedition? Are we talking something like that?
Exploring a new galaxy?
Yeah, where it's, we're going into the unknown. Are we talking about that, or is there some other exploration that we're looking to do with this idea? Now, I mean, personally, to me, that reads, like Victorian, like safari-ish items, and that I'm for that. But I feel like someone might imply something else there. I'm a little concerned. I don't know why. It crazy's in my head. I don't know.
Fallen angel.
Well, I mean, Allegra, did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
No, just no. We're no. We're gonna be stuck on a stream for a very long time. I'm just gonna cut that off at the knees. Fallen angel gets nixed because you made a bad joke about it.
That's fair. That's legit.
Family feuds.
Yes, I want it. I want it so bad. Farm boy.
No.
All right. Fighting fate. It's
boring.
It's a lot of overdone. I mean, you do have a lot of the, it's the stereotypical, I don't want to do the thing.
I want a proactive protagonist who wants things.
I like that better. I mean, I'll say one thing about what J.K. Rowling did, at least with Harry Potter, is like Harry didn't necessarily fight his fate. He was more angry of having to learn about it the way he did. Was more of the thing there that I really actually appreciated what she did. Mm-hmm. So anywho, so I'm all for vetoing fighting fate.
Mm-hmm.
Fish out of water. Are we playing Marco Polo here, or are we like taking an alien? Or is there
literally a fish?
Are we putting an alien from like Mars and planting them on Earth and being like, survive?
Someone made a good point. Fighting fate. Fate is with a capital F. Fate is a character. Still gonna nix it.
No.
Good call. A fish out of water. I kind of like fish out of water stories, and I haven't written one in quite a while.
Okay. All right. I'll put it on. Fly on the wall.
No.
I don't even know what we'd be doing with that.
I don't understand enough about fly psychology to write the story of a fly crawling around a wall.
Food wars.
I think it has to be same reason why Cookbook was nixed.
I mean,
it would
that
be
depends.
on me.
Am I allowed to well, can I have a character attack someone with cans of Cheese Whiz? That's what I want in life. Can I, Allegra?
The existence of Cheese Whiz offends me. This is vetoed so hard.
Forbidden. Dun, dun, dun. Are we talking like forbidden love? Are we talking like forbidden places, things?
Taboos.
Yeah, like what type of forbidden are we looking at here? I'm for it, but I'm also in the opinion of, depending on the other things, we could absolutely do it without needing it as an item.
Yeah, I don't think that's specific enough to be interesting.
Yeah. Found family. I love it. I love it.
I think we should keep it. I think it's just at the heart of everything that we stand for on Plot Mom, and in honor of that, we need to have found family.
That's legit. I can get behind it.
Freaky Friday. I'm assuming this means body swap. Nah. I don't really feel like doing that, and I'm gonna do research. I feel like we would have to write this correctly. We'd probably be dealing with topics of dysphoria and probably be dealing with various things that I don't think I'm the right person to write.
That's legit. Frontier. I
yes.
I'm going to say that I'm going to keep found family, and I agree with you, love of my life, that found family is staying.
Frontier is staying too.
Yeah, Frontier. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. I love me a good Western. I mean, who doesn't?
I love a good edge of space.
That's also true. I mean, Firefly, anybody?
Yeah.
Ghost who wants to be released. I mean, it depends. Are we going from the point of view of the ghost? Like, are we playing the ghost as the bad guy or the good guy here?
That's a good question. Let's leave it blank.
Okay. Gothic. Can we make it gothic? I'm full of bad jokes tonight. I'm sorry, everyone.
Every time he cracks one, we're going to veto whatever he's on.
No. That's not acceptable. I accepted the first one. We're going to talk about this one.
Okay. Harem.
No, I was talking about Gothic. We're talking about Gothic, damn it.
No, I was going to leave it blank. We were going to talk about it later. Yes to Gothic. Okay. We
That's what I thought.
Gothic as in Visigoths.
Yeah, we knew that, John. Come on. I'm just being my
No, I mean, we're actually going to write about Visigoths.
Awesome. I like this plan.
Yeah.
All right. Harem. Honestly, no. I don't like harem. If we're writing anything along with that scope, it's going to be polyamory.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I refuse harem, just on principle.
Okay, so now we get Haunted by Ghost and Ghost Who Wants to be Released. I feel like we have a ghost issue here. So...
It boils down to what we're doing with the ghost. Yeah. Because if we're doing...
I'm going to say that with Peddler of Chains coming out soon, I kind of want to nix ghosts.
Okay.
In general.
All right. Yeah, when everyone sees Peddler, it's going to be fun. I'm not even writing it. I'm enjoying the read. Heir of Destiny. Honestly, I'm going to be honest here. We all love the good Destiny trope that, we've got someone that's destined for great things. We have that with Sky.
We do.
Because whereas we have no, prophecy written, I mean, her entire role in the story is to take
yeah.
over the mountain. Like,
Yes.
let's be real.
No error.
I'm sorry for anyone who hasn't read Bond. Spoilers.
Heist. Yes, please keep heist.
All right, we can keep heist. Hidden lives. I'm all a fan of that.
Yes.
I have one concern though. How much will we get boiled down in the nitty gritty of like everything we write? We're going to be looking at for like, how will this come back to bite him in his real life, or how will this real life thing come back to bite them in their, outside in their hidden other life? Like, how we're going to be spending a lot of time doing that. That's fair. I just want to be like, this is the thing that I'd be concerned about walking into that one.
Yeah. I would prefer hidden lives because it could include hidden royalty.
That's fair. Okay. Historical fiction. We're on the same boat already. I already know we're going to nix this
Veto.
one. Yeah, this is gone. As an FYI, though, we are at 19 items. We're only at row 60.
Listen, if we get it to like 30 or 40, we can then get rid of some things.
That works for me. All right. Hubris. The only way this works for me, and really the only way that I would want to write a book with a trope of hubris, is if the main character is the idiot that releases a thing because for glory, or because they thought they could do it for some mistaken purpose. My concern is that we would build up to that moment of hubris, and that's going to be the end, and then we'd have to write a second book that is then them learning to overcome it. That's my concern.
I'm down for veto because sequels.
I mean, we might still end up with a sequel.
I don't want It's All a Dream. It's one of my least favorite tropes, and it comes with a problem of stakes that I just do not like.
That's fair. All right, everyone. By the way, Klaus says hi. Say hi to Klaus. Anywho, so kaiju. I mean, I'm all for giant monsters.
Okay, this is a place where you can torture me because I'm not a huge fan of giant monsters, but I don't have a distinct reason to veto it, so I'm willing to go with Justin's Keep.
Mm-hmm. Loner, taught by hidden master.
No. Because I don't want to get all that backstory nonsense for the master. It's pure laziness.
That's fair. Lost Lovers. I'm for this one because that would be a lot of fun, especially depending on the why they're lost.
Yeah, I like that. It's kind of unusual.
All right. Love at First Sight. I don't like this trope. I'm not a fan of it. So, I mean, granted, lust at first sight's one thing. Love at first sight, I feel it's too Disney.
Love Pact. Nah.
Yeah. Love Triangle.
As long as it's an actual triangle and not a non-consensual V.
Yeah.
The problem is we're writing that.
That's true. We are. In several different books.
Yes, including our super, super secret, super cool gamer-lit book that we are not going to talk about on this stream too much, but is so exciting.
Yes. So, all right. So, Magical Girl.
I think it's better on screen.
That's fair.
It's very hard to do a full theme song transformation.
That's not true. We could totally write the theme song as we're writing the transformation sequence.
Yeah, but how many times do you transform in a given episode? Exactly.
2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Depending on the length of the book, we can make it a lot.
So, Magical Place.
I feel like, again, this is one of those that we'll probably include it whether it's voted on or not.
Yeah, I'm good with not. Although I actually really love things that are innate magic instead of active magic, so I'm actually tempted to keep it.
Okay, I'm all for it. I'm just saying, it is one of those things that we might not even need to have as an item on the list.
Martial arts. I'm going to veto because I don't know enough about martial arts.
Oh. But I would love... Huh?
It would be like cooking. It would fall on you.
Fine.
There
I
will
mean,
be
we
a
could
meet cute.
create we could create the martial arts. I mean, we don't have to write something, but okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, meet cute.
Veto. It will either happen or it won't.
Depending on genre, yeah.
Step. It's not a trope in and of itself.
Fair enough.
Mistaken identity.
Bum. So, I'm of mixed opinions on this one. Because it's like, while I think it's fun to have in a book, especially if it's something that's going to come up a lot. We just got to make sure that it's a thing that comes up a lot. But we're looking at the one other problem that I see is that it's such a subtrope. Like, you can't base an entire story off of, oh man, I look just like Michael Jackson. It's not a story.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm willing to veto that. Mockumentary. Same. I love mockumentaries, but I like movie mockumentaries. I don't really like book mockumentaries.
Yeah, I don't want to write a fake documentary. That just seems weird to me.
Modern Shakespeare gets vetoed because it was someone's least favorite genre in my last roundtable. And thank you, author who saved my bacon just now, because I don't want to do Modern Shakespeare. Monsters in the Closet are real. Yes.
All right. If Dark is listening, thank you for this, because I know it was you. I literally saw you post it.
Impreg.
For those that don't know, this is male impregnation. This is where a guy gets pregnant. Yeah, that's
so
simple.
I'm gonna veto it for no other reason than I haven't read a lot of stories and I don't understand the trope well enough.
That's legit. I won't lie. The trope doesn't interest me to read, so I wouldn't know. Mundane fantasy. Fairies with a 9 to 5.
Yes.
All right. Musical theater.
No. Again, screen. We're not writing a script. One day we might. But
we might. Mystery.
You know how much I love mystery plot lines.
I do know how much you love mystery plot lines.
Which is why you're going to veto it.
You're right, because I don't want to have to deal. We have enough things that we can include mystery elements. I do not want to base a whole book around it.
Damn it.
I love you.
News reports.
I don't feel it's a trope. I don't think it's enough to base a book on.
It's just a stylistic choice.
Yeah. I mean, if we wanted to change it to news reporter, and that's then one of the characters, I'm fine with changing it for that. But, and then keeping it. But otherwise, I have no interest in this whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
Okay. Nuclear, what the heck, Peter Parker is Spider-Man fantasy?
Nah.
Fair enough.
Too many words.
Yep. Now, I feel like this was just boiled down to nuclear empowerment because it's, same kind of trope is what that reads to me as, like, nuclear energy creates mutation that gives someone powers.
No, not feeling it. I watched the Chernobyl miniseries and it scarred me for life, and I just don't want to deal with that.
That's fair. All right. Nuclear holocaust.
Also not really a fan.
One blanket. For those that don't know, this is the trope where, usually a romantic couple, before they're a romantic couple, only have one blanket to keep warm through the night. Usually while they're in a survival-esque scenario.
Yeah, okay, so, spoilers for pretty much all my books. It's one of my favorite tropes. And B, it's going to be there anyways, so we don't need to add it to the list.
That's fair.
Origins. I know myself.
Yep. Origin story. Klaus, stop.
I'm going to say no because we don't have an established canon already.
That's fair. Otherworld fantasy. Now, here's the thing. I feel like fantasy either falls in, more often than not, falls into otherworld fantasy or is alt history fantasy.
Or urban fantasy.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, it's fair. Okay, scratch that.
I'd like to keep otherworld fantasy. I think it gives us a chance to actually world build a world.
Fair enough. There's going to be a whole, 3 episodes just to world build a setting. Mm-hmm. Outcast Savior. It's one of those, again, I don't like it.
Again, spoilers. Can't include it. I'm already writing it. Guys, finish Where Shadows Lie. The sequel has quite the interesting new character in
it. Over enthusiastic helper.
I find these characters incredibly two-dimensional usually, and they're kind of set up to be cardboard cutouts. Now, obviously we could do it not, but I feel
Miselica.
Yes.
She's not a cardboard cutout. She's totally a helper.
They are absolutely a cardboard cutout. They only have basically 2 functions. Take care of fair folk around place and, deal with sky things. Like, Miselica is a skitterling who literally doesn't have friends and just does work.
But, let's be honest. Everyone loves Miselica.
Yes, but like, Miselica is not indicative of a 3-dimensional character. Miselica is a workaholic who is kind of obsessive about people's lives in a not very healthy way.
That's fair.
So I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Parable. I love parables. I write parables and fables in almost every book I write. So you're going to veto it?
Yep. Because it's going to be there anyway. Like, we don't even need it to be an item. Passion. Like Passion of the Christ style passion. I got to go with no.
Yeah.
I don't think we've got... I don't think we're going to have enough time /space/energy to try to create a proper savior motif with a tragic savior motif.
Yeah.
I just don't think we're going to have that many spoons for it.
Passion, it's going to happen. I mean, we write passionate characters. Period piece, history, research, veto. Yeah. No.
Poem, we're going to, again, similar as Parable, we're going to have it in there probably somewhere, or we won't. It all depends on what we're doing. So I would veto that one.
Yeah.
Poison Dragon. I don't know if we're talking like a dragon that breathes poison, a dragon that is poisoned, but...
Don't hurt dragons.
I'm going to go let class out real quick, so give me one moment.
So I'm going to quietly veto this while he's gone?
I had my headset on the entire time I heard you.
I know.
Okay, so we're at row 94, guys. I promise you, I hope everyone's at least been enjoying our random banter, because this is kind of ridiculous. Political. Jinky, owe me a Coke. Sing me the song of your people, Allegra.
You
so much
veto
politics.
It. I'm sorry.
All right, polyamorous love story. We have said time and again throughout this entire thing, if we're doing harem, if we're doing love triangle, it's gonna be a polyamorous relationship.
So let's keep it in.
Do we keep it in? That's the big question.
Yeah.
You say yes. Porn.
No, I would like to get monetized one day.
All right. So vetoed. Vetoed out of the gate.
Sorry, guys. Maybe I'll make a channel just for that. I have been meaning to do a series where I just come on and read bad sex scenes very dramatically. And this is something that I probably should actually do one day.
How much Omegaverse are you going to read for that?
All of it. And wait for them to sue me for defamation for just reading what they wrote. In a dramatic style, of course.
Of course. Post-apocalypse. Now, I'm not going to lie. I love me some post-apocalypse.
Okay, but we kept apocalypse, and I feel like if we keep apocalypse, we could go either during or after an apocalypse. I feel like they would be redundant.
Okay. So we'll put that as an addendum on apocalypse, either lead up to, during, or end of, or post.
Yes. Just something around an apocalypse.
Okay. Post, well, actually, hang on. Just real quick to go back on this one thing. Are we, like, if we're focusing on around an apocalypse, that is very different from possibly, like, a generation, 3 generations after an apocalypse.
The apocalypse is the inciting incident for the milieu.
Fair enough. I'll accept that. Post-time travel outcome. I mean, I think it would be a whole lot of fun to start a book with someone coming in from time travel being like, I fixed it, it's all... Wait, what?
Yes. But here's my problem. I'm writing time travel with Chris, and my brain hurts, and I can't keep 2 different time travel stories straight. Don't make me. I will break. I will cry. I will not in the good ways. It will be ugly tears. I will have a meltdown on camera, and then none of you will be friends with me. So it's going to be Nyx. Same with that one.
Revival. Yeah, and same thing with post-apocalypse. Yeah.
Precocious orphan. I love this trope. Ever since Bean in Ender's Shadow, like, the precocious orphan is like my favorite freaking trope. But at the same time, I don't know if I want to go back to writing characters who are smarter than me. I already have to do that with Mo, and I'm kind of tired of it.
Also, will it challenge you in a way that would actually be fun for this stream?
No, I don't think so. I think this stream is going to veer slightly more towards the silly and emotional and less towards the intellectual, so, no.
Yeah, fair enough.
Son.
Or daughter.
Or daughter. Having them as a character, but not necessarily the protagonist, would be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we should keep it. It's interesting, or at least come back to it.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
Prostitute with a heart of gold. Nyx, because we're already working on it.
All right. Punk.
Yes. Anything punk.
Okay, hang on. We already have cyberpunk that we've approved.
Okay, let's take away cyberpunk and just put in punk.
Okay. What this means, and what this reads to me at least, is that if we get punk voted...
Whatever we do, we just add a veneer of punk to it.
Well, it's not just that. I feel like we then have to have another vote for what style of punk.
Well, not necessarily. Like, if we get sci-fi, then we have, something cyberpunky or something like that. If we have otherworld fantasy, then we know we have, a punk-style fantasy world, call it either urban or not, but I think there's a lot of different, we can steampunk our fantasy world or something.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Rags to riches.
I love these plot lines. I love these stupid nitty gritty. I have this many coins and I spend this many coins and now I have this many coins tracking the Name of the Wind did. Everyone hated it and I was there for it. I'm a resource management junkie.
Okay, I'm going to let you know if we do this. You're making the spreadsheets. And we're going to keep track of
That's
every
not a
resource.
threat,
I know, but that means I don't have to do it. All right. Reborn hero / deity. We're doing that kind of with Scott.
Yeah, I'm doing it in various other projects, so no.
Yeah.
I don't want reluctant hero. I'm bored with reluctant heroes. I want my heroes to just go and have goals in life and take them and eat them.
Mm-hmm.
Rescue at sea. I'm going to veto because in writing NaCl, I discovered how little I know about boats.
That's fair. Well, yeah, but this could be a, hang on, just as a clarification, we could do this instead of as necessarily a rescue at sea, where they're on a boat. Could be, on a deserted island, and the story is their survival.
It's true. Let's leave it for now.
Okay.
But
Resurrection.
No, if anyone catches errors in NaCl about nautical things, please send them to me. We didn't do the research we needed for that, and my poor editor was just basically like, that ship and boat aren't the same thing. And I'm like, no, I am an ignorant landlubber, despite the fact that my last name means Fisher.
That's fair. That's fair.
And I grew up by the ocean. Don't judge me.
Yeah, no, now I'm judging you a little bit. All right. So, with that in mind, Resurrection a la the Fifth Element. Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Leave it for now.
Okay. Reverse Harem. Yet again, I'm vetoing it because of what we've said already. It's pretty obvious. We're not going to do things like that. Reverse Trope Comedy.
Writing it with Chris.
Fair enough. Rival Families. I say we keep it.
Didn't we have...
No, we had dysfunctional families.
No, we had something like rivals somewhere.
Found family.
No. Family Feuds we already have.
Oh, okay. Okay, so we already had that, so I'm mixing it because I refuse to have two on the same list. All right. Robots.
Yes.
I are robot. I'm all down for robots. Romance. Okay. I want to say no because it's us. And
we're going to put it in anyways.
We're going to probably put it in anyway. That being said, there's a difference between romantic plot lines and a romantic story.
Yeah, I'm going to go with we keep it blank for now and come back.
Okay. Satire.
Nick's doing it already. Same with situational comedy.
Slapstick, I have no interest. Slasher.
I can't do horror.
That's fair.
Just me nightmares.
So, excusing my typo, Sleth Help.
No, okay. So Sleth Help, I'm willing to keep. No, you have to keep it. I'm willing to keep Sleth Help, but I'm not willing to keep Self.
Okay, so yes for Sleth Help, but I just fixed it, so no for self-help. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. No for self-help.
Okay. Slice of life.
We already have the 9 to 5 mundane fantasy, so I feel like we should nix one of them.
Let's nix slice of life because we'll probably turn a mundane. Hello, Ocean. Welcome to joining the stream. We will probably turn the 9 to 5 fantasy into a slice of life themed something if it comes up. So yeah. Space opera. Yes. Yes.
If you can't tell, we really want to write space opera. Please vote for space opera.
It's funny because it's true.
Speculative fiction is too broad.
Yeah, I'm not interested in something that broad.
Spy versus spy. Fascinating.
Fascinating. We already have espionage.
Do we want to keep spy versus spy and take out espionage?
Ooh. Okay, so
for someone who doesn't know what space opera is. So space opera is science fiction, and it can be both soft or hard. But it basically, it reads more like fantasy, more like it's a story about the people and their decisions and their dramas, and it's like the soap opera in space.
Star Wars is a space opera.
Yes.
Fifth Element, also a space opera, technically, with an actual opera.
It's sci-fi for fantasy writers.
Yeah. I mean, we can make it more hard science fiction. We can make it less. We can make it science fantasy. We could have a lot of fun with space opera. It is broad, like speculative fiction, but we're narrowed in scope with sci-fi in general. Dune is another space opera, actually.
Yeah. So I'd say we keep spy versus spy and take out espionage.
All right, can and will do.
Alrighty.
We're at 124. We still have like 30 more to go.
Stranger in Town. I keep it. I have no objections to it, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, because here's my problem with Stranger in Town is it's kind of just the inciting incident.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like that's how the story is going to start. Is no matter what, is there's a stranger in town. There's nothing else to it aside from everything else builds off of it. Unlike Apocalypse, where it can be an inciting incident, but it's an inciting incident that flavors the entire story. Subset of Fallen God. I'm not quite certain what was meant when this was posted.
Yeah.
Are we talking just like Fallen Angel, Fallen God, that side of thing that we already, I think, turned down?
Yeah.
Because of my terrible joke.
Suicide Pact, no way. Not interested.
I'm down. Okay.
Superhero. There's a lot of superhero and supervillains. Okay.
This all came up.
Story. We already nixed that.
I mean, to be fair, if we do a superhero story, it will probably be an origin story. Like, I'm not gonna lie here.
Yeah.
Again, that's origin story right there. Surprise powers. So again,
you know what? I just don't want to write a superhero story.
Fair enough.
I don't really know the genre all that well.
Supernatural team-ups.
Yeah, we could deal with that.
We could have some fun with like a vampire werewolf buddy cop story.
Yeah. Okay, I'm willing to keep supernatural team-ups.
All right. Now,
best friend of the hero, yes.
Here's my thing. I want to change this to just generic supervillain, and do we want to write with potentially supervillain being the trope? Where one of our main characters is just the supervillain.
I want to say yes, and I always like the idea of supervillains as tropes, as protagonists. But the truth is, I'm never satisfied with those stories.
That's fair. I mean, unless we make it where the supervillain becomes hero, a la Mastermind, or where we do it where potentially a romance where the supervillain's just it's a POV focused on just the supervillain, and maybe it's a romance with the supervillain and their arch nemesis.
Let's leave all the supervillains and come back to them.
Okay. Surrealism.
Surrealism, magical realism, they're all genres I actually really enjoy and would not mind playing with.
Okay, fair enough. Survival.
Yes.
I really want to do a survival story that I want to so badly. Since playing Subnautica, I've really wanted to do something like that.
Yeah.
Sword of Destiny. This is... I mean, we've got Ancient Artifact, which, I mean, could just be the Sword of Destiny. I mean...
This is a game.
I mean, I am assuming, were we talking about the early 2000s con game, the game that everyone has just now lost? Or are we talking about, a game of, that the characters are playing the game? Like, are we going with the guild here?
Yeah, like, I'm okay with the game as a prompt, and we can take it in any direction we want.
Fair enough. The Quest.
You know what? Yes, I like quest stories, and they aren't done as much as they should be anymore. They used to be done too much. Now they're not done enough.
Fair enough. They exist among us.
No, it will give me flashbacks to the very bad nano novel I wrote in high school.
We already know time travel's being next.
Yes.
Not even a question. Tragedy.
I don't want to write tragedy on a live stream.
I don't
cry that much.
I mean, I don't want to have those feels. Travel writing. Once again, I mean, that would be like an autobiography. That would be if just you were writing it. That's really all we got.
That's basically what my autobiography is.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Treasure hunting. Yes.
Yes. Unconventional mentor. I mean, depending on what we're writing, I mean, I'm all for it. But again, like we watched the trope talk.
Unnecessary as a
Yeah. As a focus point. Undercover leader. Now, are we talking like the gang is going undercover and that's what they mean? Or like they think the leader of their group is actually the villain until he comes out as like the henchman of the villain, but he's been leading them the whole time to try to get to the villain? Like if that's what we're going with, I feel like that's just going to be a trope that pops up later.
Yeah.
It's not going to be so much, it's going to be an undercover focus. Like I don't necessarily see that as a major topic for the story.
No, I'd say nix it.
Underdog,
too vague, too many stories. Like, just we may or may not include it.
Unwilling heir of destiny. We've already agreed.
Yeah.
We don't really want to do heir of destiny to begin with, nor do we want an unwilling hero. So, urban fantasy. You know my feelings on urban fantasy. I want to do urban fantasy. I love urban fantasy.
I know. My issue is the research issue. I genuinely don't understand the modern world. But if you'll hold my hand through it and tell me the difference between Big Lots and Best Buy, I will let you check and approve urban fantasy.
How do you not know the difference between Big Lots and Best Buy? Oh no, now I'm giving you shit. Hold on here. How do you not know the difference?
I do know now, but when I came to the States, I had been in the States for over 6 years before I knew the difference. I lived in a very small town. It had neither a Big Lots nor a Best Buy.
Judging you. You are a foreigner. I guess it's okay. But yes, I will hold your hand. I got you, boo.
Thank you.
All right, urban legends. If we're writing an urban fantasy, I can almost guarantee an urban legend will come up in some way.
Yeah. You know, I'm willing to veto that because, yeah, it will be an element of different things. And also because there's something coming up that I really want, which is Vendetta.
That's fair. I absolutely am all for Vendetta. That sounds like it would be fun. A war novel.
No.
Are you sure?
Research.
Damn it. Okay. Word of Honor, aka the Green Knight. If we're going to write it, that has to be a source of massive conflict in the story, which means we need guaranteed a dynamic duo. Thank you, John. Yes! I appreciate you. Anyway, we're going to need a dynamic duo, at least, where one is your lawful good paladin that will not lie, gives his word, and gets them into all sorts of shit. And then we have to have a rogue type person who is then their counter and is like, dude, why do you do this?
I'm willing to keep that.
All right. And then we had a last minute entry of elemental horror. We don't have a checkbox for it because that got added in the stream.
So we're going to veto it.
All right, awesome.
Veto it for technical reasons. All right. So can we sort by approved or not?
Can we? Yes. Give me one moment to figure out how to do that, because I actually didn't think about looking at that. So let me. All right, we want to sort by. Let me do that. So we've got that. Didn't. Oh. Okay, so this is our list of all of our approved.
We need to get at least 12 off of it.
At least 12 to bring us down to 25?
Yes.
All right. So I assume then everything we have up here is not going to come back.
Probably.
Okay. So let me... I don't know why I'm doing that. That's just me being dumb.
Okay.
Where's... Hide, yes!
Good job, Dustin. You are so good at spreadsheets.
I spreadsheet good. There we go. I
All
feel better
right.
about my life now.
Round 2, Electric Boogaloo.
All
Whittling it
right.
down.
5-man band. I still say we keep it.
Okay.
All right. Academy. It makes the writings easier.
It does.
But the question is, can we create an interesting story set in an academy? I think we can. I think we can do it. I think it also depends on the things tied to it.
Yeah. Okay, so people are starting to veto, so we have a veto for Eco Thriller. Off it goes.
All right. Eco Thriller, where did that come? There it is. Okay. I'm just going to delete them now.
All right.
Actually.
So I'm going to get rid of Broken Fourth Wall.
Okay.
We have been asked to remove Bodice Ripper.
Totally.
Probably a good call.
You're not wrong, but still.
All right. I think we should get rid of Kaiju just because someone pointed out that they are better seen instead of written.
I mean, we got a lot of love for the combat scene in Bond with the Abomination.
It's true, but it wasn't like the theme of the entire story.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Also, I know someone who writes it specifically, and I know that it takes a lot of research to really do right and delve into the mythos. So,
fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
I put Mundance Fantasy, and no one picked it up until now. So.
All right. Someone wants to get rid of Otherworld Fantasy, and I really, that's like taking off my limbs, guys.
How many people are voting for No Otherworld Fantasy?
Just one.
Okay, well, if we get more, we'll take it off. Yes.
Please don't. Actually, you know what? I want to write space opera anyways.
Loopholes.
All right.
All right, I've moved us down a good bit, so we're not seeing the top list. I'll bring us back up in a minute.
Oh, but someone wants us to keep Otherworld Fantasy. Too late.
Yeah, sorry. I don't remember where it was.
We have asked for a veto of Rags to Riches.
I can get behind that, particularly because I don't... Yes, I want to make you have to do all the spreadsheets, but we're not going to stream two video feeds from computers, one of the story and one of the spreadsheet.
That's fair.
We would have to switch between them, and that just does not interest me really that much for the sake of showmanship.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. We have a 5-man band, but we didn't keep Dynamic Duo, did we?
We did keep Dynamic Duo.
Then I think we should get rid of Supernatural Team Up and Word of Honor, because both of those we were kind of basing off of the idea of a dynamic duo.
That's fair. Okay. Now what we can do is, of course,
we've also been asked to veto The Quest.
That's legit. What we can also do is, if we decide we want to add another poll later on, we can be like, okay, this is what we've got. We feel like we need to get something else from these types of things. But anywho, all right, so we're down to 29. We need 4 more to go.
Do we want to take out robots?
But, well, robots. Don't you want robot apocalypse, or maybe robot helpers, or giant robots? Come on, giant robot fighting scenes. Go Power Rangers. You're gonna
No.
tell me to veto it, aren't you?
Veto it. Do it.
Take away
Oh.
all my fun.
Actually, we just had someone ask for keep robots. No, no robots. Keep robots. We're all even on the robot fronts. We're moving on from robots.
Bad news, guys. I vetoed it and removed it. I'm not going back, especially because it's somewhere in here, and I don't want to have to do all that work.
I think we had a request to veto treasure hunting and veto fish out of water.
All right, fish out of water, I'm going to veto. I want to keep treasure hunting.
I feel like you're already writing a treasure hunting story.
Damn it, you're right. Fine. Only because you asked so nicely.
And we are at 26, which means we only need to get rid of one more. I think we should get rid of... I think we should combine frontier and exploration.
Okay, all right.
Because they're very similar.
Then I'm just going to get rid of exploration. And keep frontier then.
Okay.
All right. So this is our list of tropes. So the list of tropes that the people on the Plot Mom Discord server will be able to vote for are as follows: 5-man band, academy, apocalypse, cozy little shops, deal with the devil, dynamic duo, family friends, family feuds. I can read. I read words good. Yes. Frowned family, frontier, gothic, heist, hidden lives, lovers, lost lovers, magical place, monsters in the closet are real, mundane fantasy, fairies with a 9 to 5, polyamorous love stories, punk, cyberpunk, steampunk, arcane punk. Choose your punk. It's going to be there. Probably going to have a subset vote depending on what else gets chosen. Yeah. Space opera, spy versus spy, surrealism, survival, the game that you've all lost again, urban fantasy, and vendetta. So anyone who's watching that hasn't joined the Plot Mom Discord server, you really should if you want to participate in this these shenanigans that we're getting up to. That's what we got.
We are going to keep this open for until Friday. We're aiming to come back on at around 9 p.m. next Friday to see what you guys have chosen for us and then start figuring out what it is we're doing. I'm posting a link to our Discord in the comments so that you can join if you are new to this channel and come vote. So we're going to give everyone, I believe, 5 votes so that they can distribute on their 5 favorites out of all of these. And we might have some runoff voting during the week as the list gets whittled down a little bit. So it will be a lot of fun. And as we go, we are going to be letting the audience choose at some forks in the road where we think that there are 2 viable directions the story will go. Because we are trying to write a, actual story, we're not just going to let the audience choose everything because y'all are trolls and we don't trust you.
That's right. Only one troll can be here consistently, and that's me, damn it.
But we will let you choose any time that it is plausible. Because we really do want input, and with little things that are not story critical, we'll be taking a lot of audience input. So you'll be able to name characters, you'll be able to do all sorts of like fun, wacky little things, and really helps us pick the big things when they come up.
Yeah, our plan is to have this with as much audience participation as we can. Now,
but
granted,
still write a good story.
Yeah. Well, when we're getting into the actual nitty gritty, up until that point of actually putting words to paper, it's going to be a lot of, hey guys, what do you think of this? Go ahead and poll on this thing, that thing, whatever. But as we go, and once we're putting words to paper, it will go down a little bit. We might come up with ideas that we want you guys to vote on later, aside from just names of places, people, things, etc. We might just name, if we get Ancient Artifacted, as the MacGuffin until it comes time to name it.
Yes. This is very, very normal for us. All characters are just XXXYYY in our novel until we have a name for them. All right. So we've already been on here for an hour and 20 minutes. We're going to start wrapping it up. We are going to put up the first poll in the Discord in the next 20 minutes or so.
Assume midnight at the absolute latest Eastern time, while I build up how the voting is going to go.
Yes.
So yeah, at the absolute latest, it'll be up then, probably earlier. And yeah.
And so yeah, until the next time, thank you all so much for joining us. We are terrified to be here.
That's a word. It's not the right word, but it is a word.
It's a lovely word with a lot of honesty behind it.
For you.
Of course, for me. I wouldn't want to talk for you. It's not like I write for you at any point in time.
Hush you.
And for those who missed it, we are going to be going live again, hopefully Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern. That is our goal. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, I can't breathe right now. So everything is a little up in the air.
Yep.
Based on whether or not I'm, conscious and oxygenated. So hopefully Friday, cross your fingers and your toes. And if you have Ehlers-Danlos, cross your fingers with your toes.
It's true.
We're flexible that way. All right, folks. Till next time, Justin, thank you very much for coming on, and we'll see you later.